Just a little about Sambus. Sambus Geospatial Nigeria Limited is a geospatial intelligence company with over 30 years of professional experience and services. We are the sole distributor of Esri and the MV software and the authorized dealer of Trimble and Wingtra products with exclusive representation in Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia, Gabon, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Equatorial Guinea. The reseller network, the Sambus reseller network, was born out of a passion to support the small and medium-sized GIS companies to grow and to promote the awareness of GIS in our operating countries and the region. Through the Sambus reseller network, we are extending our hand for support and partnership to you, and we hope you will accept to join us to expand the geospatial industry in Nigeria. Thank you for joining us again. We're looking forward to success and growth as we begin this journey together. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Joy, for that speech. So, it's nice to be with the onboarding session, let's say. So, I will start by sharing my screen. Please give me a minute while I share my screen, please.
You need to do something to your voice, so it's very low, very faint. We could hear the GM very clearly. Can you do that, please?
Oh, okay. I think.
Yes, I think it's coming better now. Just maybe you stay close to the mic or something.
Yes, the mouthpiece. I think it's the earpiece.
Because it goes up and down. It goes low, it goes up. It goes low, it goes up. You know, so please, so we can hear you clearly.
Okay. Oh, all right. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
For. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So I'm still working on the slides. I want to share my screen now. Okay.
It looks like Ali is having a little bit of a challenge. So I don't know if it's ready. Okay.
I try to change device because of the mouthpiece problem, because I want everybody to hear me very well. So can everybody hear me now, please?
Yes, I think it's better now. Thanks.
Okay, all right.
Better.
Okay, so I welcome everybody. So welcome to the onboarding session, Sambus Reseller onboarding session. So I'll start by taking us through the focus, the program of events for the day. So first of all, I'll talk about Sambus. I think I wouldn't have much to say about that, but I'm GM, so I already said much about that. So then we'll go into the Sambus and youth part of it, where we'll talk about how we want to collaborate with you, how we want to grow the business stronger. Then we move ahead to talk about the benefits of the resellership program. Then after that, we're going to see the alliances, Sambus Global Alliances, our OEMs, the producers of our product. Ezri, our major OEM, we talk about Trimble, we talk about the A3RE, talk about Ultra as well. So then we'll go ahead to talk about the geospatial intelligence approach, all the specific uses of geospatial intelligence, like the various aspects where you can use the geospatial intelligence and where you can market the product. Then we move ahead and talk about some basic products, and that will be the last part of the slide, basic products of our OEMs. So therefore, let me go into presentation proper. So first of all, the core values of Sambus. So Sambus Geospatial Nigeria Limited is working based on 5 major core values, 6 major core values, sorry. The trust, trust is the starting point for Sambus, as we trust all ourselves to deliver value to our stakeholders. Like it's at Sambus, we work on making sure all our staff deliver value to our stakeholders, and we expect our stakeholders to do the same as well. So, because I think I should just keep most of these things. Then the service, as Sambus, we don't just serve. We don't just sell. Sorry, we serve. We don't. While we do most of the selling of the software, we also make sure we serve our customers to make sure they're happy in everything they do. So the next one is the integrity. One of our key values is integrity. We uphold our integrity and honesty. They go side by side. So as a company that embrace openness, we uphold integrity and be morally upright in all our operations and business transactions. So anything you want to do with us, you can count on our integrity, 100%. So I'll move on to the next one, which is the respect. Organizations are made of people, and every person is unique and special. Every person is unique and special, regardless of their rank and station in life. So regardless of who you are, regardless of what your level might be, we take everybody to be the same, and we respect everybody. So next one is the honesty. We use honesty in all our endeavors, in all our businesses. So honesty and transparency in dealings and transactions are what we stand by and express from all our stakeholders. So while we give you honesty, we expect honesty in return. So that is one of the core values of Sambus. And the last one is the commitment. We have an unwavering commitment to delivering added value to our stakeholders and being innovative around the provision of solutions provided to clients. So we are always committed. Anytime you have any issue, you can reach out to us. We are dedicated to making sure we solve the problems. So my next slide will be talking about our mission. First of all, our vision. Our vision is to be the preferred geospatial innovator in West Africa. And our mission is to become a distinguished organization in the application and advancement of geospatial knowledge and technology for effective planning, operations, and enhanced decision-making in West Africa. And our value is to work closely with individuals and businesses to design, develop, and deliver a full customized solution for their programs and projects. Without wasting time. So Sambus Geospatial Nigeria Limited will leverage on the leading GIS technology, software and the app development. We use the geospatial intelligence to provide solution that can carry our nation forward. Because apart from selling, we also serve. We want to make sure that Nigeria become one of the great countries of all time through the use of geospatial solutions. And also at Sambus Geospatial, we support users with this geospatial solution. We support users to use the solutions to execute their project and to integrate their system. So at Sambus, we have through our OEMs, we have a very active user community. Hello. Hello? Okay, all right.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was saying, we use geospatial technology through OEMs, the dynamic user community of our OEM. We support our clients to use geospatial technology to integrate their systems and execute their projects. We also do trainings and education. We educate our clients. We give them technical support and professional services as the need arises. And also now we want to come into having resellers and supporting them, to make sure they use the power of geospatial technology, to move their business forward. Okay, so yes, so now through the advancing GIS technology and the science of geography, we have seen that a lot of things can be done in Nigeria, to carry us, to take us further. As a developing country, there is much we still need to do, and geospatial technology is the number one solution for that. Based on all use cases, the advanced countries, we've seen that if we can leverage on this technology, Nigeria will move further, we move faster, than the present pace we are right now. So, and also the special technology that is very strong, although not very strong in Nigeria yet, but that is our aim, So, Geospatial Nigeria, Sambus Geospatial Nigeria Limited, carries on the business of supplying geospatial products and services, including but not limited to Esri Store software. Esri is a franchise of, ArcGIS is a franchise of Esri. They produce the ArcGIS suite of software, and then we also are the authorized distributor of E3 Iris, remote sensing suite of software as well. Then we also distribute Trimble geospatial devices, the GPS and the GNSS mapping devices, as most people in the house already know. And so we also distribute the Wintra drones in Nigeria. So Wintra drones are drones that can be used for, it's a very advanced drone that can be used to carry out most of area mapping and remote sensing projects. So then you as a reseller, we want you to come on board, to extend our coverage. It is obvious one company cannot reach out to the whole of Nigeria. We have a very big extent here. So we want resellers in your various areas, in your various origins. So we want you to, go on and preach the advantage of the geospatial intelligence. Of course, by virtue of agreement, the agreement which will be shared after registration. The registration link will be shared after this meeting, of course, and in line with some terms and conditions. So I think the next slide will be talking about the benefits. So the first one, let me start with the financial benefit. not the benefit of being a reseller is not just about the money. There are other parts, other things you benefit if you're a reseller. But then let me start with the financial part of it. So if you look at the screen, you see a table. On the left hand side is the sales volume, thousands of dollars. Then on the right hand side is percentage discount. Okay. So the first category is 0 to 20. So I'll just try give a brief explanation of this. So if the value of the reseller's purchase of products in the year or part of the year equals or exceed the minimum purchase amount, the following volume discount shall be applied to all its purchases of products during that year or exceed the minimum purchase amount. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you as a reseller, let me turn on the pointer. So if as a reseller you meet this threshold, this percentage is what you'll be getting on all the product and services or projects you bring in. So, for example, if a reseller brings in $1,000, between $1,000 and $20,000, so for that amount you are getting this percentage discount. But then if the inflow is at this range, at this category, the 21 to 50 category, then you are getting this percentage discount in return of everything you bring in. But then if the category is here, the 51 and over, if you have more than $51,000, then you get this percentage discount on it. Then keeping in mind that this is not just about software sale. Like I mentioned, we don't just sell software. We prefer solutions. We offer solutions. So if you have projects, you are the company that of project and sell software, you can also tell us about the projects. We can work on it together. If it is a geospatial type of project that you need mapping, you need to do mapping, you need to get data, you need to download some image and all that, you just need our services. So we can collaborate, and of course with some terms and conditions. Then these are negotiable, of course, especially this category. We can, there are some times where probably it's a project and we need some other calculations to do, some other considerations to make. Of course, we can negotiate that. But this is like just the benchmark for everything. So that is just the financial benefit of it. All questions, you can write your questions and I'll take questions after the presentation, please. So apart from the financial benefits, other benefits that you get as a reseller, the onboarding, which of course they are intelligent. Hello, please, can you hear me? Am I still audible? Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you from here.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can hear you from here, from you.
Thank you, sir. So then one of the benefits you get is the ongoing business, sales, and marketing support. If you have any business you're pursuing, think you need the help of Sambus Geospatial. Of course, there will be some times where we need to collaborate. The joint ventures and all. We are always available to do that, and this includes the trainings. If for example you have a business, you want to do presentation and you don't have the resources, yes, you can reach out to us. We can train you on how to go by it. Do the technical presentations, of course. Then business support and networking. We leverage on existing business relationships. So the reseller program is going to work in a way that if you are in a region and you are targeting a business and it's like getting hard to get, we can link you up with other resellers in that area. Or if you want us to come in ourselves, but if you want, you are in Port Harcourt, for example, and you want to get a business in Port Harcourt and you need assistance, you need help, you need resources, yes, you can link it up with other resellers there. We don't want to have a competitive market where we'll be competing with each other. No, we want to work together. Of course, the end target is to have profit at the end of the day. So we want to work together, link everybody up. It should be like a network of people trying to, use geospatial intelligence to move the country forward and at the same time getting profit for themselves. So then interactions that I've explained, the interaction with others through dynamic reseller call. Just explain this. The technical support. Here we have the technical support department where we support all sellers all over the country. So the technical resources about the product and about some basic information you might need. Talk of you are looking for data to use, data, and all technical resources you can think of. You can always reach out to us. We are always available to help you with that. So I'm trying to move fast on the presentation because of time, because we wasted much time too. Then I'll talk about our global alliances. So if you look at the left-hand side of my screen here, you see the things we do. I've mentioned most of these things. We have content and data. We have a repository, the data hub. We have a Sambus data hub, and we can give you access to other open source data as well. So where you can get things to use for yourself. Then we do trainings. I mentioned this earlier. We do trainings, all type of trainings, the intermediate training, the beginners training, and the specialized trainings. So we can train you, we can train your staff, on any aspect of the specialty that you want at all. So we do system integration as well. This works for the enterprise deployment and all. Then we do consulting. In case you have you want us to come in form of consultant, maybe you want to have the business your way, you just want us to consult for you, no problem, we'll do that. Then we'll do implementation as well. So our global alliances, that's the right side of the screen. I'll start with the ESRI. So ESRI is an acronym for the Environmental System Research Institute. It's a company headquartered in California, USA. They are the producers of the ArcGIS. So ESRI has for several years been pioneering problem solving with GIS to help you see what others can't. Of course, that is the tagline. So ESRI is the global market leader in GIS and has been helping customers to get results since 1969. And according to the Forbes, the Miguel Health of Forbes, he mentioned that ESRI is the rare business that has survived 5 tectonic shifts in technology and remains at the top of its game. Wow, that's a nice one. ESRI have been trying to help the world by being innovative. Now today, ESRI software is deployed in more than 350,000 organizations all over the world, including the world's largest cities and most national governments. Governments, private businesses around the world have been using ESRI consistently for decades, for plenty years back. And ESRI is user-centric. They are committed to serving users and customers. And then ESRI uses deep understanding of their challenges and opportunities and work together towards viable solutions. So in a nutshell, ESRI have been using their technology to provide a very diverse solution, has been taking improving the world's technology, the geospatial technology part of the world. They have been pioneering it, and they've been doing so well in that aspect. And they are research driven. ESRI as a company have spent more than 30% of annual, they spend more than 30% of annual revenue on R&D. So it means they keep evolving, they keep bringing new things. So there's nothing that you think about that, the geospatial technology, the ArcGIS cannot do. And of course, the ArcGIS doesn't work alone. You can integrate it with some other product. That is what would take me to the L3 Iris. The L3 Iris is a remote sensing software, basically for remote sensing. You have the image, you want to do analysis and all. So L3 Iris is the software to use. And L3 Iris and ESRI plus Trimble and Witra work together hand in hand to make sure they give the best solution in the geospatial industry. So A3Rs Geospatial has more than 40 years of experience developing scientifically proven solutions using cutting-edge technology. They have several solutions for several industries, the military, agriculture, name it. They have different solutions for them. Then talking about their software and tech, if you are looking for a finished geospatial product or a custom solution or data and analytics to support a project, you can count on A3Rs for that. Whatever it is, you have a client that wants to have a custom solution. A3Rs can do that. We can, use the NV software to, develop custom solutions for you. Sambus, like I mentioned, we do consulting as well, if consulting is just what we want to do. And if you want us to collaborate and do integration for you, we are always available for that. So without wasting time, I would like to talk about the Trimble. And while we are talking of geospatial intelligence, geospatial means, the getting accurate location of points in real time. If you are talking of Sambus Geospatial, now Sambus is located in one place, so if you want to get good and accurate locations of points, then you can count on Trimble Geospatial devices. Trimble has done so. They have so many products ranging from the surveying and to the mapping product, softwares. They have plenty of products that you can use in the industry, building industry, construction, to do all sort of geospatial referencing whatsoever. So that's Trimble Geospatial for you. They also have devices that aid in transportation. So every aspect of life, you can use the geospatial intelligence in it. So I think my slides moving forward, they explain more about that. So more about Trimble, let me just mention some. Trimble have 40 years plus of industry leadership. They have 25 to 50% efficiency gains over traditional solutions. Of course, that has been proven. And they have 30% cost saving over traditional solutions. Yes, I think most of us in the house will agree with that. They have 30% cost savings over traditional solutions. Trimble also have 15% of revenue reinvested in R&D. So if you notice, one of the common things in all these industries is around the research and development. This is just to show that they are committed to, researching and developing and make sure all solutions that we can think of ever can be taken care of. So let me go to Wingtra without wasting time. I have much to say actually, but I'm just trying to waste time. So headquartered in Switzerland, Wingtra is the world's leading VTOL drone producer. VTOL means the vertical takeoff and landing drones. So they are the world leading producer of the VTOL drone. The drone that you can use for mapping, survey, mining. Think of anything you want to do. So the Wingtra drone is the best to do that, because unlike most drones, the Wingtra use a technology that allows you to, do a vertical taking off and landing, and it has capacity to go far distances, cover large areas of land and good results. You get to good results when you use the Wingtra drone. Of course, we can customize, you can integrate the Wingtra drones to suit your need. Of course, if you are doing pipeline mapping, you want to do corridor mapping, you want to monitor natural resources in a place, the Wingtra drone is, just the best to do that. It has been proven, and they got the award for the best, the world leading VTOL drone producer in the world. So much about them. They have 7+ years of scientific research. They have distributors nationwide. Of course, yes, we are their distributor here in West Africa. So, and they are the number one VTOL drone producer in the world. So I think think that will be all about the global alliances, our OEMs. Don't want to waste time. Let me just start about the geospatial intelligence approach. Yeah. So now I want to start talking of how geospatial intelligence can actually help. What are the ways you can, integrate the geospatial intelligence? The places where you can go, where you can think of problems in industries and use the geospatial intelligence to solve them. So this approach, this geospatial intelligence approach, integrate and supports powerful methodologies from geoanalytics to creating insight and understanding, geovisualization, language through map and visualization for communicating the content and the context of the world. So the geospatial approach, it's like the geoscience and understanding that can support our future. Of course, it can support our planning. Yeah, you can use geospatial intelligence to support it. Of course, if you want to have a geo insight of a place, you should be talking about the geospatial intelligence. Then the ArcGIS community, the ArcGIS community, the SDIS ArcGIS community is already contributing to this good work. The ArcGIS integrated with Trimble devices for using the NV remote sensing software and the all these are just one family, the geospatial approach family, where you can solve several solutions, several solutions. So from geovisualization, language for communicating context and context, you have the geo reference of a place. You want to reference a place geographically and you want to visualize it in a very simple manner. So the geospatial approach is the best. Then to geoanalytics, creating insight and understanding. You want to create insight and you want to understand what exactly you are seeing. And then moving to the geo accounting, accounting for all factors. Everything you see, you want everything to be accounted for. And moving to the geo design, design for sustainable and inclusive future. Then to the geo collaboration. All these are just, they are interwoven, they are under the geospatial approach. So with using the geospatial intelligence, you can plan, you can make decisions, you can engineer your solutions, operations, and the managing, of your data. Let me go to the next slide. Please, if at any point in time I'm not very audible, please let me know. So moving on with the geospatial intelligence. So the geospatial intelligence enables the geospatial approach to solving all problems. Data measurement, from data measurement and management to visualization and mapping, analysis and modeling your data, planning and geodesign, mentioned that earlier, then decision making. So these are a series of steps. If you have a problem you want to tackle, these are a series of steps you can go through. First, get your data, accurate data, you visualize and you map. You have the data in a map to have a good form of visualization. Then you do the analysis on the data. Then you plan. You have a plan and you do this and plan. Then you decide which you have the insight to give you the best decision. You can make the best decision through the information you have. Of course, accurate information you have. So with the decision you make, you can now put into action. So this is not like approaching a solution blindly. You already know what the problem is. You have the data. You know what you want to do, the outcome. So these are ways you can, prefer solutions, not just selling software. Now we are looking at preferring solutions because, of course, we want their country to move ahead. So these are ways. These are series of steps you can, use to prefer solutions to industries in your region. I think that will be all. Moving from there, then I'll talk about fields, several fields where you can apply geospatial intelligence. Of course, you can apply geospatial intelligence virtually all fields. So ranging from economic development, this is for the national government, to monitoring pollution, nature conservation, to health. Yes, of course, GIS has helped recently in this aspect of life. We have customized the GIS software with the use of the Trimble geospatial devices and all to, get insight on key casualties, on the trends, the happenings in terms of the health sector in the country. We've used that severally, and not just Nigeria. They've been using this all over the world. So, to the energy, effective governance, natural resources, national security, science and technology. I'll be taking this one after the other in next slide. So, don't need to waste much time on it. So this is just like an overview of the fields where you can apply geospatial intelligence. So, geospatial intelligence, it is a solution that is delivering value all over the world. It can give the value. It goes beyond just selling the software. You can use it to bring value, to bring solution, to solve problems. Like I mentioned, several fields. So let me just start taking them one by one. Let me start with the public safety. Yes, the public, sorry. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry for that breaking transmission. Yeah, so I'll start with public safety. The geospatial intelligence has helped. It has proven to be helpful in monitoring public safety, starting from the mapping of crimes. There is something we call the crime pattern monitoring. You can use to map crimes and have a quick plan a quick response in terms of crimes in our environment, in our society. So you can map your crime areas. There's something we call the dashboard. In the address, you can see the dashboard here. It's a dashboard. This dashboard can give you insight on where crimes are being, where you have a rate of crime, the people committing the crimes, solutions, the mitigations to these crimes and all. So this dashboard is just a part of geospatial intelligence that you can use. Then moving to auto theft recovery, we know series of car theft all around us environment. So the geospatial intelligence, the guys can solve most of these problems. To sex offenders, this is a very alarming issue in our country now. Sex offenders, they are increasing in number. So ArcGIS can actually help us to solve these issues. So emergency call and dispatch. We all know about the emergency call of some developed countries, the USA, for example, the 911 call number, emergency call number. They use geospatial intelligence, because if you have somebody calling from Jabi, part of Abuja, and we have law enforcement agents in I don't know if I should start mentioning about Abuja, but just for example, we have the Beggar roundabout, and we have offenders in Jabi here. Having the geospatial intelligence, when you leverage on the geospatial intelligence, you have insight on where exactly the crime is being committed. You have insight on the amount of time it will take, law enforcement to move from their present location to the place, and they have insight on all possible exits where the offenders can, use to escape. So they can plan well on how to, block all those exits to make sure they capture this offender. And we know that can be possible if we don't have a good knowledge of the area. Moving to the next slide. I think I have to rush now. So infrastructure, we can use geospatial intelligence to monitor dam sites We can select you dam site selection, wind farm site selection. In Nigeria now, we have a very bad electricity in Nigeria, and that is because we rely solely on the hydro production of light. Meanwhile, there are so other things we can leverage on. The geospatial intelligence can help to look into getting other means of power source. And of course, this is a very good for the government to to look at. But then it is possible that the government don't have this, and that is why it is our responsibility as Sambus, as resellers, to preach this solution to government and private companies that might want to use it. Not wasting time. I would like to be rushing now. So then to land use, I think land administration is one of the key area of society now. Government they are looking more into land administration now. We have land everywhere. We have a very big land in Nigeria, very big land area in Nigeria, land extent in Nigeria, but then we are not using it very well. So geospatial intelligence can help, to have a proper monitoring of our lands, to plan effective usage of our land, which is the land administration, of course. So we have some points where I think I don't want to start reading all this because of time. Yes, I can share this slide later if that is required. Let me go to the next part. Infrastructure engineering and asset management is another part where we can use the special intelligence. So demographic and public health. I mentioned something about public health the other time. Then education. Yeah, education is one of the very big area where we can use the special intelligence. And of course, in Nigeria, even though government might not be spending much on education, but still, education is one of the fastest growing sector. We have schools all over. We have students that want to learn. Just special intelligence in advanced countries, a very good part where they are looking at. And of course, for a country to develop, you rely on its youth, on the young mind. So if you can preach the use of the special intelligence in the young mind, of course, Nigeria will move forward in the future. Trying to rush now. So to agriculture, conservation planning, ozone layer monitoring, ocean, yes, when we are talking of the bathymetry part of geospatial intelligence, to environmental assessment. Yes, so those are places where you can just, and then transportation. Yeah, transportation. It is geospatial intelligence is very useful in transportation, of course, because all this recently we hear of accident and kidnappings, we hear of one chance, as is usually called here in Abuja. So using geospatial intelligence, you can actually monitor this, you can mitigate all these problems, you can have a better insight. And like I mentioned, most of our leaders do not have idea of this knowledge. So that is what we want to preach. That is why we want our resellers to go ahead and preach, the use of the geospatial intelligence. Then defense, this is a major part I would like to talk about. Yeah, terrorism is a very big case in the country, but then with the use of geospatial intelligence, it is very easy to curb all these menace, from augmented reality table that we can do with the use of GIS to terrorism search. If you have a map, you can have locations of terrorists. You can, of course, locate them. You have insight of where they are. Then you know how to carry out your attack. The military have been using the GIS, of course, mostly in the advanced countries, but they want to exploit it more in this country. So there are several areas where you can use GIS, of course, to combat the terrorism in the country, issue of terrorism in the country. I think if I have some other points here, there's something we call the pigeon mapping, where it was used during the World War II, of course, where pigeons are used as to have an area view of where soldiers were fighting then. But now we use drones. So of course, drone is under the geospatial intelligence when you have drone, you fly drone in an area, you get the inside, you get insight of the place, you have the knowledge of how the place is. So in a nutshell, GIS is just like the best thing to use when you are looking at mitigating the issue of insecurity. Then charting and mapping to remote sensing. In charting, you have the aviation charting, nautical charting. This is for the Navy and people that works on water. Then mapping, the remote sensing. If you want to have this is let me talk about remote sensing for miners. We all know Nigeria is blessed with mineral resources, but then we are not exploiting it. We are not using it to the fullest. So GIS, remote sensing, can actually help us to do more, to know more about our natural resources, where they are, how we can get them, and more. I think that will be all. Like I said, I'm trying to rush the slides. I don't want to waste much time. So the special intelligence, in a nutshell, like I mentioned, I'm almost at the end of the slide. We are looking at using the geospatial intelligence to bring resiliency in our country. Resilience in the fact that resiliency is the ability of the community to cope with hazard. Yes. So now we want to use the GI, we want to use geospatial knowledge, to bring that. We have some communities that are better prepared than others. So if you have the GI, the geographic knowledge of a place, you can plan more. You can have a better plan of how to go ahead with something. Then, equity. Just special intelligence is one of our foundations guiding equity frameworks in all over the world now. GIS has helped a lot in having equity all over the world now. Where you choose or are able to, where you have people living in different places. Of course, you have the rural and the urban areas, but then we have to have equity. If you know the people that are living in a particular place, for example, we have a station A, 50 people there, we have a station B, we have 100 people there. We know how to share the resources among them. But then we cannot get this if we don't have the special knowledge of it. So that is how we are using GIS to preach equity, sustainability, efficiency, and growth. So these are the aspects where GIS can help a society. Let me go to the next slide. At the same time. So yeah, I think this is my last slide before I talk about Sambus more. So these are some of the products, geospatial products, ranging from the Wintra to Trimble, to Envy. We have so many apps. These are icons, but their names, I can mention some. Here we have the Drone to Map, we have ArcGIS for developers, we have the ArcGIS Excalibur, App Studio, Dashboard, and Experience Builder. These are apps. These are things you can use to, all the English have been, speaking before. These are the tools you use to achieve them. When you are collecting your data, use this 1, 2, 3, the Trimble, GPS devices, from the Geo Explorer to Juno series and all. So these are just some of the products we have to Wintra 1 Draw. We can see the Wintra Gen 1 here. And the Envy software. This Envy is one of the softwares from A3 Aris. There's Envy, there's Jaguar, which is mostly used by the military. We have the SR, the Elois, and all. We have more, just to mention a few. There are the Trimble devices, like I mentioned, we have so many of them. Wow, that will be the end of geospatial technology. Then, so the Sambus signature. So I mentioned earlier, the previous slide, that we do sales of software, we do professional services, system integration, solution configuration, software deployment, project management, of course. That is where the consultation comes in. Then we do after sales services as well, After services, right, from training services, you get the software, but you want to develop solution, but you don't know how to use it. We can do training for you. Technical support, we give technical support. They will do follow-ups of renewals as well. So that will be the end of my presentation. I think it was a good one. Thank you everybody for listening, and that will be all. So next thing will be to go to the next presentation. So this next presentation, we talk about the product knowledge. You know, of course, we've mentioned how geospatial intelligence can help, but then we need to tell you more about the product. How do you even want to market the product? How do you even want to, pitch the solutions? You have a solution, a problem you want to solve. There are some tools that we can customize. We can tailor it to solve the solution. Like, the geospatial environment is a very, large one, so you can't expect to use everything at the time. So if you have a solution, we have people that can tailor, that can customize some products for it to, solve the solution. And the type of licensing, licensing types, those are the things the next presenter will be talking about. So I'll call on Bamdele Clement, the technical team lead, to go ahead with that. Thank you, everybody. I'll be back after presentation.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bamjini Oke, and I promise I will not take your time that much. So within the next 5 to 10 minutes, we should be done with the product knowledge. So Aliu has really touched based on almost everything I want to talk about, but the part of licensing may be what it will look at, and then the other products in details. So I'll be sharing my screen. So in this short presentation, I'll be talking about the ArcGIS system that includes the ArcGIS Online, ArcGIS Desktop platform, and ArcGIS Enterprise. Then I'll also talk about the Winter Drone, Trimble products, and Harris Geospatial. So the products that we have from each of these OEMs. So let's look at the ArcGIS platform. Aliu has talked extensively on this particular product. It contains the system of engagement, system of insight, and system of records. So it allows you to perform all kind of analysis, data collection, and then sharing. So that's the three basic things that you do when you are using ArcGIS. You collect data, you analyze it, and then you share your results. So ArcGIS provides you the platform to do that. and we'll be looking at all these tools available on ArcGIS. So the first and most common one is the ArcGIS desktop that you use for analysis. So you have your data sets, either you collect it as primary data set or you get it from other data sources. So you can analyze it in ArcGIS desktop and you have your results. So the ArcGIS desktop also allows you to extend it by writing your own programs. For example, you need some functionality that you want to achieve, or you want to automate some repetitive task that you find out that you do every day. So you use ArcGIS desktop, you can create models that you can set up to run every day and provide the parameters for them to run. So the other part is the web GIS, which could be the ArcGIS Enterprise or the ArcGIS Online. On ArcGIS Online, you have the applications. That's basically the aspect that is taking care of the sharing bit of it. So you've done the very good job. You've done the mapping, the data collection, the analysis. How do you present this to the stakeholders? So you find customers who are interested in just printing the map. So with that, ArcGIS Desktop allows them to do that out of the box. You can set up a layout, you customize it, and then you provide the map as well as other map elements that are relevant to what you are presenting. So aside from printing your maps, there are other ways that you can now share your map in the 21st century. So you can share your map in a dashboard, you can share your map in a hub site, you can share your map or other results in in a configured application that is even totally different. Also, if you want to create an application for, let's say you want people to be able to interact with your map, to query your map, and see some results that you've prepared there, you can configure applications using the web app builder for ArcGIS. We also have the ArcGIS experience builder and so on. So the most used part of the ArcGIS online or enterprise is the dashboard and the survey 123 stuff. Aside from the capability to store and share items, you can configure surveys for quick data collection, and then you visualize the results in a dashboard in near real time. So ArcGIS online allows you to have named users and the ArcGIS Pro software so that you can sign in to ArcGIS Pro and perform analysis, push items or data to ArcGIS Online and vice versa. Then the ArcGIS Enterprise, on the other hand, is similar to ArcGIS Online with an additional advantage that you have all the applications, everything hosted on your own infrastructure. So there are a couple of times we have customers who do not want to use the S3 cloud. So the ArcGIS Online stores everything on S3 cloud, while ArcGIS Enterprise allow customers to store them on their personal or their corporate infrastructure. So if we have a customer that has a server machine in their office that's on premise, then we can deploy ArcGIS Enterprise for them, and they will have access to the same functionalities from ArcGIS Online, and they also have the capability of adding more functionalities like what we have the server rules for geo events management, for image service, and so on. So all the apps available on ArcGIS Online are available on ArcGIS Enterprise. That's the complementary applications. Then we have some other applications that you have to provide through licensing for your enterprise. So for both ArcGIS Online and enterprise, we have what we call the user types. So I'm just trying to make the the content as simple and straightforward as possible, so that when we are engaging customers, we will be able to point them in the right direction and make the necessary recommendations for them. So for us to deploy Agile's Online or Agile's Enterprise to a customer, then we consider what we call the user types. So the user types has three characteristics. The first one is the identity. It means that each user that will be a member of this deployment must have an identity. So take, for example, we have 2 field workers in our organization, and then we want to collect data. So if these 2 field workers have their own separate user accounts, then we can always tell who submitted which data. So that's why the identity is important. Also, there are times we want to implement capabilities such as real-time tracking of field workforce. That way, if we have unique accounts for each of our field workers, then we can always track who is at which particular place at a point in time. You agree with me that that will be difficult if all of them are sharing the same username and password. So that is not recommended. So we have the identity with the capabilities. There are different capabilities available, like somebody can be able to view items, someone can edit a data, someone can analyze, and so on. And then we have the administrator who has the capability to administer an organization. Then lastly, we have the application. So depending on the capabilities that a user has, then there are applications that become available to them. For example, somebody who has only view capabilities will not have access to create items or owning any content. So that's just how it works. So it gives the administrator all the right to administer the platform. You filter which users need access to what, and then you give them. So we have what we call the essential apps, and we have the feed apps bundle, as well as the office app bundles. So the essential apps are the ones that you can configure out of the box. You just drag and drop and configure it within some minutes. You are done. And then we have the feed app bundle that you configure for data collection purposes. And in some use cases, we have customers who have existing data sets either in Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Power BI, and so on. We have these the Office app bundles that allows you to also bring in GIS capabilities on those platforms. So like the GIS map for Office works for Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint, where you can just select a couple of rows that has either addresses or coordinate information. Then you can just generate a map on the fly and use that map in a presentation like this. Then we have the ArcGIS for Power BI that is it was recently developed. So that one allows you to add these GIS capabilities in your Power BI projects. Also, yes, we need to consider service credits. So it is good to now look at service credit at this time, because when you are creating all these contents, the customer wants to know what goes in. Is it that they just buy the software and then they can use everything like that continuously? So there are activities that consume what we call service credits. So as long as you are creating content, you are performing analysis on ArcGIS Online, you get to pay the currency, which is the service credits. Although the cost is not much. If the customer is not doing so much on the organization, they might not finish the service credits that comes with the license. So the other consideration is when a customer is using the ArcGIS Enterprise, then the issue of service credit is out. The reason is that the layers, the data storage, and everything is being done on their infrastructure. So they don't get to spend service credits when they are using ArcGIS Enterprise. So to look at the user app bundles and who have access to it. So it is also good to educate our customers about this part. I said earlier that the admin can set up the organization so that a particular person is granted only the privileges and the applications that they require for their role. So there is no point to give the general manager of an organization a field worker privilege, for example. Also, you don't want to give somebody who is in charge of field work the admin privilege. So depending on the activity a user performs, then you recommend which of the user types are appropriate for the person. So if a customer has GIS professionals who will be using the GIS desktop software, that's the ArcGIS desktop software, then definitely they will be needing the GIS professional user type so that they can have access to the user app bundles for authoring items on ArcGIS Online. So let's look at ArcGIS desktop and the licensing model, the functionalities. We have what we call the basic, standard, and advanced editions of this desktop software. So the only thing we need to understand on this functionality matrix is that functionality increases as you go upward from basic to advanced. So when you have basic, you have access to basic functionalities, and then when you have standard, you have standard. Like the picture I'm currently displaying, we can see while they all have the capability to perform map creation, interactive visualization, and spatial analysis. When we go upward to advanced analysis, high-end cartography, and so on, we see that they need to use the advanced software. So it is also a good practice to first interview the customer, understand what are their requirements, what will they be doing with the software, what kind of analysis do they do in the organization before we recommend what software they will need. So most of the time when you reach out to us to provide license recommendation to customers, so these are the kind of questions we are going to be asking. What is the customer doing? What type of analysis do they do? What type of data sets do they manage? So that we can provide a more informed recommendation. So there is really no need for a customer to buy the advanced software where they just do basic analysis. So we have the commercial and non-commercial licenses. We have the licenses that are sold on like the premium, the normal cost, while we have the ones that are discounted, which we refer to as the non-commercial. So we have several categories of users that we classify as either commercial or non-commercial. So basically, if a user is a student or a researcher, we classify such user as a non-commercial user. And for such user to qualify to acquire such discounted licenses, they need to provide evidences that they are either a student or a researcher. Then we also have the NGO license and the not-for-profit licenses. So these licenses are termed non-commercial. They are not free, but they are highly discounted for customers in that category. So every other customers now falls on the commercial category, and we give them the software recommendation for the category they belong. So either they are commercial or non-commercial, they have we can provide ArcGIS Desktop, ArcGIS Pro for them, and even ArcGIS Enterprise. Then, so like I said, we have the academic institution which is also under the non-commercial. We have the personal license or the student licenses, which is also not commercial, the NGO. Also, if you apply for a trial license or evaluation or training license, it is also referred to as non-commercial. So the trial or training evaluation license is always free, while the academic or institutional license, the NGO and the student license are highly discounted. Then there are some terminologies that we will be getting to know as we go on with the products. So some of the customers know this terminology. So if you are approaching a customer, they may want to be asking you, okay, how much are you selling perpetual licenses? So these terminologies are the ones that guide how the license is being administered. So we have what we call the termed licenses and we have the perpetual licenses. The term license, they cover both the commercial and non-commercial products, while the perpetual or permanent licenses, some of the commercial licenses are perpetual, while some are only termed. For example, for the perpetual licenses, the desktop licenses are usually perpetual. You can get both the termed and the perpetual for commercial licenses. But for ArcGIS online name user types, you cannot get perpetual licenses for them and it is commercial. So that's why we say some of commercial licenses are perpetual. Now, the main difference between the two is that if you are giving a customer term license, they need to understand that this license has a validity period. That's why it is called termed. After the license term, they would lose access to continue using the software. Then the perpetual or permanent license, on the other hand, does not have validity period, which means once they buy it, they can continue using that version of the software for life. The consideration now is that while term license users, they renew their licenses every year, perpetual license users, they do what we call the software maintenance, which gives them access to software updates, technical support, free passes to S3 events, access to some data sets from S3, and the access to S3 community. So that's what is covered in the maintenance program. So while term license users, they will renew their license every year, paying the same amount they purchase the license. And they will also have access to those technical support, software updates, and so on, as long as they renew their license. Then we have what we call the single use and the concurrent use. So the single use licenses, they are usually used to describe the desktop, ArcGIS desktop license. And it can be only deployed on a single computer and used by a person at a time. So when a customer is opting in for single-use license, they need to understand that it is only for a single machine and a single person at a time. Whereas the concurrent use license does not mean that two persons can use the same license at the same time. No. But the difference is that the concurrent use license can be deployed on a licensed server, and then two or more people can have access to that license, but they can only use it at a time. That is, one person can use it at a time, which is described as sessions. So once someone is currently using the software, another person may not be able to use it. Then the next person can use it on their own computer after the person currently using it has returned the license back to the server. So we have what we call the borrowing and return of the licenses. So the next product we're going to be talking about is ArcGIS Developer. It's now called the ArcGIS platform. So I will not really spend much time on this one. So there are some times that in our organizations we need some functionalities that are not available in the software out of the box. So in that case, most customers, they go ahead to develop their own extensions, they develop their own applications by extending the ArcGIS system. So we have various SDKs, that software development kits. We have various APIs, either JavaScript, Python, .NET, and so on. Then we have the REST API as well. So when we have customers who are into software development and maybe they just want to include a map in their application, then the ArcGIS developer is available for them. So for a comprehensive list of Esri products, we can just log on to esri.com/products, and then we get to see all the products that Esri has to offer. So depending on the type of functionalities a particular customer is looking for, we can know which products to recommend for them. So that will be all for S3. So quickly, I will go through the other 3 OEMs and touch base on their products. So the first one is ENVI. ENVI stands for Environment for Image Visualization, Environment for Visualizing Images, and it is produced by Harris Geospatial. So we have the ENVI software is used for high-end image processing. If you have hyperspectral imagery data sets, you want to process it, you want to process LiDAR or SAR data sets. So this particular software is the recommended software for the task. So we have the ENVI software on its own, and then we have the ENVI modules. So like the ArcGIS desktop, we also have the commercial and academic licenses for ENVI. We have both the termed and perpetual licenses for ENVI, and we have single-use and concurrent use licenses for ENVI. So the next one is the Trimble mapping grid devices. So surveyors are already familiar with Trimble, and we are authorized to provide these mapping grid devices to customers. So if a customer is interested in any of these mapping grid devices, we also supply them. And lastly, the Wingtra drone. So the Wingtra 1 Gen 2 drone allows you to map larger area in a faster fashion. If you are using the traditional quadcopter or all those smaller drones, you can spend long time in completing your project. But with the Wingtra 1 drone, it grants you efficient fixed wing flight. It can last up to 1 hour in a single flight. And it has this vertical takeoff and landing capability. It has a 42 megapixel camera, and in one single flight, you can cover up to 110 hectares of land. And then the altitude, the flying height, you can go as high as 305 feet. So the drone has various applications in surveying and GIS, mining and aggregate, construction, infrastructure, environmental monitoring, and agriculture. So aside the 42 megapixel camera that comes with this drone, there is also the option to customize this drone with your own payload. So we need to let customers to know that it's not only optical sensors that this drone can carry. The drone can also carry LiDAR sensors, radar sensors, and so on. So that will be all for my presentation, and I want to appreciate you all for the audience. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Clement, for that. Mr. Albert, I see your hand is up. But Well, please just kindly hold on while we finish the plan. There's one more aspect I'd like to cover. So, or you
Okay.
can drop your question in the chat, the group chat. I'll address it later. Thank you. So I'll call on Precious to do the final part of the presentation, please. Precious, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Precious. Go on.
Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Well, we apologize. We have really elapsed our time scheduled, but I'll quickly run you through this. It's about our marketing influence, and I believe that this is going to be helpful for our new resellers that are joining us today. So I'm going to take you through. My focus is to talk about the marketing, our marketing channels. I want to talk about uh, our marketing contents, our marketing resources in general that will help you as a reseller as you're coming on board. Maybe you're pitching to your clients and a lot of things you may need to know about the product, about our business to help you with your marketing efforts. We have customer benefits. We have areas of collaborations. So let me quickly talk about our newsletter. We have a Geospatial newsletter publication, and that's the first of its kind at least in Nigeria, in our region. So we talk about map gallery, we have GIS user stories, and this in the user story aspect of it, we have clients who would come and feature in their application areas. We have clients who have used our resources, who have used our GIS solutions, and they have done well in their industries, and they want to share their story with the community. So this is where we publish their stories. So as resellers, we also encourage you. You can get in your stories, can encourage your clients who have projects that have been completed and you want to use it to pitch to another client. So this is another resource that's available for you. You can use it to reach out to such clients. We have in the newsletter, we have demos, demonstrations, we have product news, new updates, maybe on ArcGIS, Wintra, and across the products. We have announcements. So these are the things that we help you when you're pitching your business to your clients. It also helps you as a reseller to equip yourself and be ready for what is trending in the market. So you know when you're going out reaching out to your clients, you are updated. And we have events as well in the geospatial industries that we feature on the newsletter. We also have, and if you have as a partner with Sambus, you can feature for free. So you get your project or your client's project featured for free. Then you can download this on our website. We have the link here. We have the link here at our sambusgeospatial.com. That's where you can get our newsletter. Then we have other customer benefits include the SAG Award, the Special Achievement in GIS Award. This is an opportunity we give to clients, deserving clients, to travel to user conference in San Diego, US, to receive award directly from Jack Danjumon, the Esri president. So in this award, each country has one winner. So it's a highly competitive award, but it's also an advantage for you to pitch to your clients, who are doing well. You want to nominate them for this award, so we can help you. We can help you with the processes. And also to mention for the SAG award, we have here the users. That's the clients now who is nominated for the award. We have the opportunity to feature their program, their projects at the Esri User Conference. So I'm sure some of you that have been to user conference, you see map galleries, you see some of these projects, like when Jack Danjumot is making his plenary session presentations, you see maps from all over the world. So that's an opportunity for you to tell the world and announce yourself and your business to what you do on a global scale. Then we have collaboration areas where you can be, we can collaborate with you as a business, in some of our programs that we do to give you more visibility. Also, as a partner with Sambus, we have the stakeholder conferences. I don't know if some of you must have attended one of our stakeholder conferences. We had that last year. We had with Surveyor Generals. So we have events like that. You want to be a part of it? You can let us know. These are areas we can collaborate as partners, as resellers, to be able to come up with something big for the end point is for us to have let the world know what we do. The end point is for us to reach wide. The end point is for us to be able to promote GIS in Africa, in Nigeria, in West Africa. So we have the breakfast meeting, we have geo conferences, we have GIS trainings as well. So you can tell us, maybe you want to train an organization, a government parastatal. You can also let us know. We collaborate with you and we get this running. You can also come up with initiative. Maybe you want to do some mega program in a state where you are and you don't know how to go about it. Yes, of course, you can reach us at Sambus and we'll help you pull that off, as long as it has to do with the business. Where public relations announcements, we help you do all of that. Then we have our students program. We call it Sambus Geo World. Here we talk about, we just pitch GIS, make it interesting for students who are geospatial students in Nigeria. So many of them some are just coming up. They're wondering about career opportunities. They're wondering about events, that students might be interested in. Maybe you as a reseller, you have such initiative ideas, or you have such plans, you want to put that through. You can collaborate with us also in this. And what we do is that we go, as you can see, there's some of the events we've done in the previous years. We reach out to schools, secondary schools, not limited to universities alone. Secondary schools, teach them basic maps, and that's what we do. The Geo Talks. We also give opportunities for internship programs where the students come. We have a couple of them with us in Sambos presently. So we give opportunities to students, graduate students, and to 300 level students as well, who can take part in competitions, in hackathon, maybe developers, featured developers, or upcoming developers just graduated. They're looking for experiences. So that's initiative is where we talk about things like that. This is where we're able to reach out and then give back to the society as well. And then we have GIS clubs, we have GIS training. We, of course, we organize free training for students because we know that they cannot afford that. So we do that for free for the students. If you have maybe you want to collaborate with you, have a school around you, so something where they can root on also work out. We host schools, maybe open data, they maybe work for that students course, and then we reach out, we go to their school, and sometimes it's virtual because of COVID, or most times it's virtual these days because of COVID. So we do a lot of events with the students. You can reach out to these areas of collaboration as well. Then we have our social media channels where you can get information. Our YouTube page, we have a lot of training videos, all these how-tos, how to navigate, like what my previous colleague have talked about, the product knowledge. You get that on our YouTube page. When you visit Sambus Geospatial Nigeria Limited, we have contents on training videos on how-tos, how to navigate your way around maybe my Esri account, or maybe how to use some of the products. You want to also pitch that to your clients. We have videos available, locally made videos. Maybe you don't want to use the foreign ones that we see around with our OEMs. So you can use locally made videos to preach to your clients as well. We have LinkedIn, we have Twitter accounts. So these are our social media addresses. We have Facebook. We are also on Instagram. So you can visit and like and follow our pages so you can get updated. We also announce events and programs that might be relevant to you, trainings that might be relevant to you and your clients. Then I want you to watch a little video just to give you a glimpse of what Sambus generally looks like. The video is going to take you, I think, 5 to 6 minutes. So just watch. This will be my last slide. So I'm going to show that.
The video is not playing yet. Not sure if you can hear. So please. Okay, it's playing now. Thank you.
Education, utilities, health, mining, manufacturing, energy, real estate, telecommunication, public safety, maritime, aerospace, meteorology, agriculture, and community.
Just for that obstruction, notice that the video has a little challenge playing, but we're going to send a link across to you with some of the slides so that you can go through them at your own convenience. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening. I'm going to invite back Khalid. Take it from here.
Yeah, thank you, Precious. Apologies for that. Share this slide, so technical issues here. So now we'll move into the Q&A session. So the floor is open now for questions and recommendations, contributions. So Mr. Osai, you raised your hand the other time, so I think.
Yes, can I go ahead?
Yeah, please do go ahead.
Okay, in terms of selling, are you people also going to be selling directly as a distributor?
Okay. If I get you correctly, you mean if we are to supply the product, are we the ones supplying?
Can you a little loud? It's still very faint. Your voice.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Okay. Like I want to get your questions correctly. Are you trying to ask where the software will come from or how we do the deployment?
Like what you see, because when we bid for when we do bids and quotation, we don't when you are also bidding. So I want to know your stand. Are you just going to be at the back end as a distributor, or you also would quote in most cases, and also passing leads to us?
Okay, I get your question now. I think the GM is still on this call. Madam Joy, if you are available, can you please take that question? Okay, Madam Joy, are you available? Okay, I think I'll take it instead. I think she's probably not available. So there is in Sambus we actually do basically we give support to resellers. So if you have a client, for example, that you are working with, we are not going there to compete with you. You can, of course, call us if you need support, if you need resources, if you need to jump in on some conversations with you. Or yes, we can do that, but we are not going to compete with you under no circumstance. So when you have a client you are dealing with, we are not coming there as a competitor to drag market with you. No, we don't do that. Although there are some things we call the direct accounts. Yeah, we've had cases, based on experience, where some client will specifically request for the OEMs to come in, and of course, because we are the OEM in this region, we have to jump in on the conversation. So, except if those instances come, we are no, and in fact, before we can jump on those instances, if, for example, you have a client, company A, for example, and company A is requesting for direct OEM, we first of all make them realize that this person that is conversing with you is a reseller and has all the right, has all the expertise to do business with you. But if you want us to go ahead, then it will now be on, of course, you'll be in picture. So it will now be on some terms and conditions. You have to work on some terms and conditions. You understand? So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is there is nothing like competition whatsoever. You can count on that. I don't know if that answers your question.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Please, any other question? I see some questions on the chat. Mr. Shamsuddin Mohammed asks if, okay, said we should keep the slide display. Okay, sorry about that. I think that was network. I think that was in the course of the presentation. And then Mr. Fidelis Oge asks if Sambus, are you sharing the presentation slides later? Yes, of course, we share the presentation slide after the meeting. So we can entertain questions. Any other questions now? Please unmute yourself and go ahead. And while we're waiting for questions, we'll drop the registration link here on the chat. Registration where you just click on the link and fill the form to be a reseller. So while you fill the form and you submit, we get the response on our side, and we share all necessary documents with you: the reseller agreement, the price list, and all other required documents. We share it with you. So we'll drop the link here. So please, you can go ahead and ask questions if there are any questions, please.
Okay, thank you.
I guess there is no question. So I think it's safe to say all the presenters have done well to trash everything. Oh, okay, Mr. Shamsuddin, I see your hand up. Please, you can unmute yourself and go ahead. Okay, yes, Mr. Samsudin, you said we should talk a little bit about the price of each package. Yes, of course, like I mentioned, when you register, when you fill this form and register, we'll get the response and we send you a required document. The document includes the agreement, the customer, the Sambus reseller agreement, the price list of all products, ArcGIS, Esri, ArcGIS, Trimble, Envy, and the Wintra drone. So all prices will share it with you and all of that document as well. So just click on the link here and register. They will forward you the document. So if we forward it up, because the reason why I don't want to talk about the prices is because there are numerous of them. So talking about them here will be like we take too much time. So if they share you the document and you have questions, you can always get back to us, reach out to us and ask your questions. I think is that okay? Hello, Mr. Shamsuddin, please, is that okay? Does that answer your question perfectly? Okay, all right, thank you. I see your response. Is there any other questions, please? Question or questions? Okay, please, so let me know if you can access the link we just pasted. Hello, we together. Am I audible? Okay, all right. So I think there are no more questions. So in the absence of no question, I think we should just go ahead and do the closing remark and end the program.
This one,
Yeah, so in the absence, trying to go through the link. Yes, please let me know if you cannot access the link, but the link is open and it's public anyway. But let me know if you have issues accessing the link. So the absence of no question or recommendations. Okay, it's asking for CAC. Yes, we need these informations are required information that we need, but then it is as an optional field. Anyone you don't have, you can just skip it and go ahead. The ones that are compulsory are the ones marked in with red star. So other ones are optional. So if you don't have a CAC number, just go ahead and fill the form. Just put the rest of the information.
Okay, thank you once again. Thank you everybody for coming for this meeting. We appreciate you for staying to the end. And again, we apologize because of internet problem we had earlier, but we apologize, no excuse though. We apologize for that, and we ended up extending our time. But I'm sure everybody's satisfied with the questioning aspect of it. But if you have maybe along the line when you're filling the form, you still have some areas that are shaded for areas that you're not really clear with, you can still send us mail or call us. You can any time you need any information, just let us know and we will take it from there. So thank you very much and have a good day. We look forward to working with you and we wish you the best of luck.
All right,
So we end the
Precious.
meeting.
thank you.
All right, Precious. Thank you for that. And thank you, everybody, for joining. This will be the end of the program. So you can always reach out if you have any issues. Thank you very much and to have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation.